Hey, my name is Phil from legitmarketingreviews.com, and in today's video we're going to be looking at a CRM software called ClientJoy. Now, in this ClientJoy review, I want to show you exactly what ClientJoy does, how it actually works, and by the end of this video you should know if ClientJoy is right for you. Now, just to let you know, you can actually test drive this software for absolute free, so if you want to help support the channel, make sure you use the link in the description. So first of all, what is ClientJoy? It is a CRM software. Basically what it allows you to do is manage your clients, whether they're leads or actual customers. You can also send proposals, invoices. You can also add notes, files, all that sort of good stuff. And basically it allows you to just use the CRM like it should be. Now, I specifically like this software because when I first created my online agency, I tried all these other softwares that are available out there, but to be honest, there were too many features and everything was quite bloated, when really all you needed was something simple where you can either manage your leads or your customers and also have all the other inbuilt sort of features like invoicing and proposals. And the good thing about ClientJoy as well is now you can actually take payments inside of ClientJoy, and they also have a resources library where you can get additional templates and all of that sort of good stuff for free. So what I'm going to do right now is actually jump behind the screen and show you ClientJoy. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start here on the ClientJoy website. Basically, what I want to do is run through some of the features that ClientJoy actually has, just in case I miss out on any during this product review. Then I'm going to go through the different pricing options, as well as show you some of the business and HR documents these guys have actually just created that they're giving out for free. Now, once again, to get the documents is up the top, so we'll go through that in a second. But first of all, if you want to know what ClientJoy basically does, I'm also going to be showing you in a second my dashboard, but it allows you to have visual pipelines. This is both for leads as well as customers. You can also create impactful proposals, as they call it, which means you can actually just create proposals inside of ClientJoy. A lot of them are actually automated, so you only have to change them very minimally to actually have them completed. You can also create automated invoices for your customers. You also have a branded client portal, and you also have integrations to make things run smoothly. Now, if you want to go in depth to what these actually include, you can click on the product tab at the top, and if you scroll down just a little bit further, you can see all the different types of features inside of each sort of module. So for the sales pipeline, you can import leads, you can change statuses, different types of views, add in custom fields, all that sort of good stuff. For the clients, you can also add in statements, also custom fields, all that sort of good stuff as well. For proposals, it's got the creator. You can also add in tracking so you can see if they open it or not. You can also add in automations and other bits and pieces. And then for invoices, you can record payments, merge invoices. You can also do email tracking and emails inside of here. Then finally, you've got items where you can add in items at multiple currencies. And then you've got different types of payments you can have. So it's very simple, but very effective because it's just what people need to actually get things done and manage it. So what I'm going to do now is quickly go over the different pricing. There is 3 different options you can have. Once again, you can actually test out ClientJoy for absolutely free. Once again, links in the description if you want to help support the channel. You can see here 12 users just signed up for ClientJoy, so it's a pretty popular platform. But basically, we have 3 options here, which is the basic, the plus, and the pro. Differences being is the amount of users that you can actually have inside each one. So if you wanted to have the pro version, you could have 10 members, while if you just wanted to have it for yourself, you could just use 1. Now, there is 3 add-ons that are actually included. I think it's more of just stating these are here, but you have your client portal, which people can use. You can take payments and invoicing. So these are all a given, but there is actually 2 add-ons that you can choose from. One is the 5 extra users. So if you were on, say, the pro plan, or you wanted to have, say, the basic plan with extra users, you could also use the 5 extra users plan. Or if you wanted to actually add in branding, this is also another benefit you can get, which is $9 a month, but this allows you to actually use your own domain. So if you are showing people sort of proposals or invoices, everything can be hosted on your own domain, as well as your own custom email server, as well as your own custom branding on everything. So that's entirely up to you. If you want to use it, it's there. It's really basic to do as well. The most basic sort of overview of what ClientJoy actually does is probably this little image here. You can see we've got pipelines, proposals, analytics, invoices, and client portals and integrations, which is absolutely incredible for the price they're actually offering. And this is all you really need to focus on if you're trying to acquire clients. Keeps everything in check. And finally, before we get into the dashboard, I'm going to show you the different documents that are actually available. So if you want to put in your name and work email, they're actually going to email it to you. But just to give you an idea of what is actually here, you've got 40 job descriptions, 65 employee policies, 30 different types of agreements, 80 marketing templates, 45 business policies, and also 75 HR letters. Now there's additional things inside of here as well, as you can see, things like media kits, as well as pitch decks, agreements and formats, employee plans. There's literally a lot in here. And this is something I haven't really seen any other company do. So this is very incredible to see that you can actually get all of these resources for free. So I highly recommend checking them out if you haven't yet. So what I'm going to do right now is actually jump behind the dashboard and show you ClientJoy. Okay, so when you first log in, this is actually what you're going to see. Now, this is my dashboard, and it looks like I'm making lots of money, but to be honest, this is just demonstration data just to show you what is sort of available. Now, this is the dashboard page. As you can see, it goes through the different sort of overviews of how the business is going. And if you go to the bottom, there's also a bunch of resources that you can look at. So what I'm going to do is show you a quick sort of tour of the dashboard, then we'll get stuck into it. So first of all is the leads tab. Now leads is being created in sort of a Kanban, sort of sales pipeline sort of format. This allows it to be quick and easy to actually go through and manage your prospects and things like that. You can also come to customers. Inside customers is going to be where all your active customers are, and you can also add in all the bits and pieces that you need to inside of here. Inside of proposals is going to be where all of your proposals are. Then we've got invoices, which you can also see all the different invoices that you have. There isn't actually here. I'm going to generate one when we go through it. Then there's also items, which is actually your services if you're service based, or your products if you are product based. I highly recommend actually filling this out first, because it's going to make it so much easier when you create things like proposals in the future, but we'll go through that in a moment. Then there's universe, which is actually all the downloadable sort of things that we talked about just before, like the templates, curated ebooks, frameworks, courses, tools, articles, listing platforms, and lots of freebies you can actually get. So that's all there if you want to check it out. And then finally, at the bottom, we have the different businesses that you have, which can be split up into workspaces. And then we've got settings and notifications. So what I recommend you do if you first get started is actually start off in the settings tab. So we're going to go into the settings first. Now, if you scroll down a little bit further, there's all the basic sort of information to start with. But on the setup, we have a few options, right? We've got branding, currency, payment methods, invoices, custom fields, email templates, client pages, proposals, and integrations. I don't know too much about the API, so I'm not going to go into it. But what I recommend you do is start off with branding. Choose your brand color, add your brand logo, and also your brand favicon if you have one. This is just going to make it much easier when you send out things like client pages. It's already going to be pre-branded, everything like that. So it just makes it a little bit easier. And if you want to add in your own custom branding, right, if you want it to come from your own email address as well as be hosted on your own domain, you can actually get the branding add-on. It's $9 a month, so it's not too expensive, right, to get into it. But that's there. And then we can get into things like currency, where you can choose your currency you work with. We've also got payment methods, right? So you want to get paid somehow, so you can add in PayPal, Stripe, Razorpay, or Instamojo. These three are coming in the next few months, I believe. So those are there. And then we've also got plain old wire transfer if you wish. This basically doesn't do anything, so you want to choose one of these ones. Next, we've got invoices. If you come to invoices, there's a few options you can add inside of here as well. I generally don't do much. I have, however, added in the GST because my tax in New Zealand's GST of 15%. So you can choose to add a tax in here if you wish by clicking add new tax. But make sure everything looks good. Custom fields, you can add in any custom fields if you have any, if you want to, which are going to pop up inside of your particular tabs, like the sales pipeline or everything like that. So those are there if you want them. We've also got inside of here email templates. So if you want to edit your email templates, you can do so by simply clicking on the little button here. These are all going to come up. You can customize them as you wish. So those are all there. Make sure they're all up to scratch. Once again, it's got the short codes in here, so they're all going to be pre-populated, so you don't have to worry about it too much. Inside of client pages, this is the pages you're actually going to send out to your people. You can add in certain scripts if you wish, things like pixels or whatever it might be. It could be chat boxes, all these sort of good things, right? Those are all there if you want to have them. Inside the proposals, you can also add in the different type of prefix you want to send, right? So if you want to just say, like, for my business, I could put like intact, and then I could start off with 0, and then each time it creates a new proposal, it's going to add a number to there, right? It's up to you if you want to do that. Then we've got integrations, Zapier, Pabbly, and Integrately. Those are there, and then we've got API. So I recommend starting off with that, making it your own, adding in a bit of personal branding. And then just make sure you go secondly into the items. This is where you can add in your services or your products that you're selling. Once you've got these two things in place, it's going to make it so much easier to actually work the software, because everything's going to be pre-done. So let's start off first of all at the leads tab, right? Let's actually get into it. So if we go to leads here, it's going to take a few moments to load, but you can see inside here all the demo data that we looked at quickly before. But basically, if you want to add in a new lead, right, just click on new lead. I'm going to add a person called Philly, right, just so I can separate it from that one there. Philly Wilson, like so. Title could be a Mr. You don't have to add that if you don't want. Highly recommend getting an email address, of course. So this could just be hello@intactmedia.co.nz, right? And this could be Intact Media. Now, along here, we've got stage. Stage is part of all these different types of sort of pipeline sections, right? So usually you start off in discovery. You can choose wherever you want if you want. This is just good for when you manage your team. There's also a conversion probability, how high you think these people are going to convert. You've also got your currency that you've selected, and then you've got your deal size. So if you wanted to say this was like a $5,000 deal, or it could be a $500 deal, or $50,000 deal, add in a number there. And then there's all the custom fields if you've added them in the settings. If we come down, just to know for future reference where these people came from, you can add it inside of there, as well as the last contact date, the owner, and the privacy. Now this is just for your team, so don't worry about it if you've made it private or public. It's just for your team. Obviously, if you keep it public, they'll all be able to see it. So once that's done, click on save. It's going to go ahead, it's going to add a new contact into the sales pipeline, right, at the discovery thing. This person right here, Philly Wilson, it's all done. If you click on this person, it's going to show you all of the information that has been actually associated with this person, right? So we've got activity log, notes, files, and proposals. So each time you do something inside of it, each time you edit it, anything like that, it's going to be recorded. So it's good because this is going to show you who's done what inside of it. So if your sales team is working on them, if your I don't know, your fulfillment team's working with the person, you can just make sure everything's working. You can also add in notes, add in files, so everything's in a nice area, and then proposals, which we'll go through in a moment. I'll actually show you now. So I'll show you the proposal part. So this proposal could be something like a search engine optimization offer, right? Let's just say this is the thing. We'll actually call this Intact. No, we'll just call this offer, right? Because my business called Intact might get confusing. So this is the proposal title. I'm going to go ahead, click on create. This is going to quickly go and show us some templates. Basically, all you want to do is choose a template you want to work with. The good thing is these guys have made it all focused around digital marketing. So if you're in the digital marketing space, it's going to make it so much easier. So you just scroll down, find something that's actually relative to what you're using. So I'm going to be using search engine optimization. So a lot of the wording's already going to be pre-done. So I'm going to go ahead, choose this one. You can preview it if you wish, but I'm just going to click on use, put replace current content, click on yes. And it's going to go ahead and create a search engine optimization proposal ready for us to go. Now, if we scroll down, you can see it's quite comprehensive. There's a lot of yellow things. Basically, what they want you to do is to double check everything is right. You can leave them if you wish, just so the people know that it's all there. I noticed for some reason that this one doesn't always populate. It's a bit strange, but what I recommend you do just to be safe is actually come through and manually type out all this stuff, right? This makes things just a little bit easier when you're actually going and creating these proposals, because you know nothing is wrong, because you've actually looked through it yourself. So I'm just going to delete those sections there, add an enter, and I'm actually just going to leave this part here. No, I won't. I'll get rid of it. So I'll quickly type this out and get rid of it. Now, there is two ways you can actually do this. There is, of course, that way which I just showed you. It is a little bit of manual work, or you can go, say, this section here. I could just actually highlight it. So let's just say I typed in here, oh, where did we go? Intact Media Limited, like so. I could backspace the stuff I didn't want, and then you could just change the color of the background. So it's entirely up to you which way you want to do it. Personally, I wish they didn't have that. I wish that was just already pre-populated. Sometimes there's grammatical errors as well. So if you've got something like Grammarly for free, you can easily change it. But you can see how it works. All the information's here. Just read through it. Make sure it's all good. If you want to edit the page background, there's 3 dots at the top. Just click on page settings. You can change the backgrounds there. And then on the left, if you want to add things, we've got the little content bar. This can show you all the different blocks that you can actually drag inside of there. If you hover over the page itself, you'll also see a little blue plus, which you can actually add in like bits and pieces inside of there as well, right? So there's so much you can do in here. You can delete what you want. You can move it around with these little buttons, but it's all pretty straightforward. If you scroll down, once you actually get to a pricing table, right, or if you add one in, this is where you can actually add in the different pricing that you have. So you click on this little pencil, which is edit, and inside here you can start selecting your items. So if you actually added in some items before, or services or products, which I talked about setting up first, they'll actually all be listed here ready to go. So I created one called the SEO Bronze package. Basically what it is, once you add it in, is a monthly one-time $1,000 payment with a 15% GST. If you added it in the settings at the beginning, it's already going to be there too. And then it's $1,000 plus GST is $1,150, right? You can also add discounts before and after tax if you wish, or adjustments, but it's all pretty cool. You can also add in products if you haven't set up the initial part first. So you can just go create new item and you can fill out all the bits and pieces, and then it's going to also add the item to your back office. So it's super easy to do. Click on save. It's going to populate there. It all looks pretty good, right? That's the description if you wanted to know. But I'm pretty happy with that. So what I can do is go ahead, click on save. This can be signed online as well. So it just makes the proposals a little bit easier. Now what you can do if you want to see it is click on the open preview. Once again, the 3 little dots on the right, click open preview, and it's going to open a new page and show you what these guys will receive. So here is the PDF. They can either download it if they want, or they can just accept it right here and then. If they don't want to accept it for some reason, they can actually decline it. They can also download it there. And then it's going to ask them for a reason why they declined it. So they're not going to let you save it unless you answer it. So it's pretty good because then you can work on actually optimizing what the problem was or fixing what the problem was. So that's all good. Once you're happy with it, you can actually go click on send. Now, once you click on send, it's going to bring the pre-populated template that we've actually walked through earlier. This is what it's going to look like. Once again, whatever your prefix is going to look like, it's going to look like that. So this is obviously number 5, but it all looks pretty good. Once you're happy, you can either send a test email to yourself, or you can actually just send it. I highly also recommend before sending it, click on attach PDF, because it's actually going to send them a PDF of your proposal. So once you're happy, go click on send, and that's going to get sent out. So I'm going to click on send. It's all been done. Now it's actually going to go ahead and track each time this person looks at the proposal. It's all done and dusted, right? So it's this one here, which is all good. And if we actually come back to leads, right, we go have a look at the person that we created for, which is Philly Wilson, which is myself. Click on that. If we go to the activity log, which is the first one, it's going to say, hey, look, it's been added, it's been updated, it's been sent. And now each time something happens, it's going to be added. And if we go to the proposals tab, we can also check it's here so we know it's all good to go. Now let's just say they accepted it, they're all happy as. What you can actually do is, I'll show you what it looks like. I'll click on accept. They got to sign it, so they can do a sign here if they want. That looks pretty good. Click on that. So that has been accepted. If you come back to this activity log, you will actually see it's been accepted. Now what you can do is click on one. This person has been one, and convert them into a customer. You can update info if you wish. Click on save. Now this person's going to be added into the customers, right? So let's just show you the customers tab while you're here now. So I'll come back, show you all the different customers, how this layout looks. Here it is. It all looks good. You can add in tags and stuff if you wish. For example, I added in this hot prospect one here and high value. You can add tags to make them suit it. You can also choose the colors. So that's all pretty easy. If I come to this person's profile, you can also add the tags inside of here. I probably should have shown you earlier. So let's just say this guy is a urgent offer, right? Let's just say urgent offer, click on done. And what we can actually do is edit the tag as well. So I'm going to click create, click on the little three dots, make it a red, click on save, it's pink, it's close enough, click done. So there's a tag there. But as you can see inside of here, we've actually got some extra sort of tabs. So we've got the normal tabs here, the activity log, notes and files and proposals. We've also got contacts. So if there's more than one person inside of the company that you wish to communicate with, you can add them inside of here. There's also invoices. So once you've actually got invoices to send these people, we can go and create one in a sec. And then there's also payments, right? Super easy to do. So if you want to see what the client portal looks like, you can also preview it here. This is pretty cool because if you set up the branding at the beginning, you'll notice the logos at the top left. This will also be your profile image if you added it. And then we've got all of the information inside of here too, right? The dashboard, the files, the invoices, and the proposals. So they can monitor all of the engagements between you two. So let's go ahead and create a quick invoice. What I'm going to do is click on new invoice. Receiver is Philly Wilson, whoever the contact you want to name it to. You just choose within the company or the organization. And it's going to go ahead and pre-create a invoice. All you need to do is really come inside of here, choose the invoice items once again. So I'm going to choose the bronze package. That's all good. Click on save, right? So now this invoice is basically created and you can go ahead, click save. You can also have a preview. You can download it, mark it as sent, copy the link, all that sort of good stuff. You can also record a payment, but basically you'll just send it and that will get sent off to the client. And then once again, it'll be updated in the activity notifications, right? Activity log. So it's super easy to do. There's the invoice now, all ready to rock and roll. So if I come back to customers, come back to Philly Wilson, and you can see now there has been an invoice created and it's been updated. And if you go to invoices, that's also there. Then if you record the payment, which, because I haven't sent it, it's still a draft. What I can do is click mark as sent, right? So that's going to say unpaid. And then obviously once they've paid it, once you've sent it, you can actually record the payment. Now I haven't got any payment gateways connected, so I can't actually save it as you need to record one. But once you do, say something like wire transfer or cash or whatever, or Stripe, PayPal, you can choose it in there. Click on record, and then that's going to be done. Then it's going to pop up here into payments, right? So it's all really simple to do, right? That's basically the gist of it, right? So you've got in here your leads, your customers, your proposals, your invoices, everything like that. Everything's recorded. Your clients get access to everything. And it's just simple. The good thing I love about ClientJoy is it's really easy to use. Now, what I'm actually going to do right now, I've got to jump behind the screen once more. I just want to talk about a few extra things. Okay, so that was ClientJoy. As you can see, it is really easy to use. And honestly, having something so simple yet effective makes your life so much easier when you're actually acquiring clients and trying to run your business, because you don't have to try to focus on actually learning software. You can just put it in, get the job done, communicate with your team, and move forward. So basically that's ClientJoy. I absolutely love it because of its simplicity once again, and it is extremely affordable. So if you want to get started with ClientJoy, make sure you use the link in the description, and you'll also be helping support the channel. There is a free trial, no credit card needed, so definitely have a play around. Anyway, that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this ClientJoy review. If you have, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, hit subscribe to keep updated for all future videos. And that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.